Hi everyone, so we'll go ahead and I'll get you turned around to my screen here for viewing. Um, just want to talk real quick about some of the teaching tools and apps that I would like to utilize in my classroom. So the three that I would like to talk about, I'll first go ahead and run through the first 10, and that is Prezi, Canva, Google Apps, presentation software like PowerPoint, clickers and smartphones, Weebly, Remind, digital storytelling, and Kahoots are just a couple of the ones that I've come up with. Um, but mainly what I wanted to talk about was the three that I personally enjoy and I use on a day-to-day basis for the most part, and I think they can be utilized in the classroom as well. So we'll go ahead and get started with Canva, which is one of my favorites. It is a free graphic design tool website. It has an easy to use drag and drop interface and provides access to over 1 million photographs, graphics, and fonts, and it's used by non-designers as well as professionals. The tools can be used for both web and print media design graphics. So let me flip back over to Canva. And here you can see, so you do have to create an account, and this is my personal account, and I just logged in. But here are some of the designs that I have done in the past, some that I'm currently working on. So in a little bit, in one of my side businesses, I do some wedding planning, and this is a kind of timeline itinerary for the wedding that I'm getting ready to do here in a couple of weeks. And I thought this would be really neat to share with you all because I was able to do so many things and kind of build off of one design. So I took really the color scheme of the wedding and implemented it in a variety of ways. And you can see the various fonts throughout. So it's taken a moment to load. But so I came up with one overall idea that I selected from the mini templates to begin with, and I'll go back to that in a minute and kind of show you a step-by-step process. However, here you can see where I just created, I began creating the booklet, if you will, um, and just different layouts. So I think these can be utilized for things in the classroom when it comes to flyers or creating events, or especially in the graphic design curriculum part of business where we use a lot of um, presentation, Microsoft Word for things like this. I think this is a really neat tool where students can easily drag and drop from multiple templates, photographs, fonts, a number of pictures and different things that they can use that are easy access versus things like Adobe Photoshop that either requires you to have a license contract with Adobe, or with things like Shutterstock where you have to pay to be able to use their images. So I thought this was just a really neat program and something that you can use pretty frequently in your classroom. So you can create things even with this. What I like, you can do resumes, you can do thank you cards, whatever it may be. So if I go back to the beginning here, um, I'll just kind of show you how you can do that. So if you went to create a design, well, first off, I'll just kind of show you some things that I've done. So I did a little invitation, a birthday bash, a memorial thing for Facebook, which I think this is really popular for people in marketing, especially in my marketing classes. I'll be able to teach things like social media and, proper postings, proper pictures, things that attract people's attention. And it's similar things like these. That I have created here, as you can see, and then down below here is a resume example. But we'll just kind of go back to the beginning so you guys can see some of the popular designs, social media posts, documentations, blogging, ebooks. I mean, it really has a number of things that you can utilize from, but just for example, we'll just kind of start with one. We'll go back up here just to this thank you card. So if you click on this, it will take you into the software editor, and the template is already built for you, if it'll ever load here. And you have a number of designs that you can choose from. So in this one, it was kind of just a thank you card. So over here to your left are just a number of templates, already created templates that you can use. So you just drag and drop or click whatever you choose, and then you can just go into the editing directly from there. So it's extremely simple. So this is something that I think can be utilized in many courses and something that students can carry with them as they graduate from high school and on into college or into the workforce. So I think this is a great tool, and it's really interesting. I've enjoyed working with it, and it's a lot easier, having a pre-made template versus starting from scratch. So let me exit out of these. So moving on to the next one, Weebly. So Weebly is mainly just a website, free website hosting service, and it kind of features a similar thing as the Canva. So it has a drag and drop feature. It creates a useful class web page. It can be placed for general class information for parents and students. So this can kind of be a one-stop shop for your class with links and other information that can be valuable year-round. If you do not want to use this as kind of a parent resource, you can also have your students create websites based on, particular lessons. So for example, if I'm teaching an entrepreneurship class, I can have my students go in, create their business web page, and develop it from ground up with a pre-made template. So I just kind of wanted to show you quickly on here how you can start from that. So just clicking on a theme here, again, mini themes, a lot like Canva. So as it loads, so you can just start editing, and it starts preparing your website. And this is just a super user-friendly tool that really anyone can use with little to no experience in technology or computers, and really even website creation and website hosting. I took a class during my undergraduate where I created a website using Dreamweaver, which entailed a lot of coding, whereas something like this is a lot more easier, and you can have your site up and running within, hours and even minutes. So over here you kind of have your toolbar. You have text, title, images, gallery. You can adjust the coding if need be. You have dividers, spacers. You can add audio, video. Kind of the sky's the limit on this. So just a quick thing that I wanted to show you, and I think this would be useful, especially for parents, so that you can post things here. They can kind of get a feel for the class. They can see things that are going on. They can actually see what their students are learning from a day-to-day basis. You could post schedules. You could post events if you are over a CTSO like FBLA, Skills USA, or something like that. You can post events here, awards, conferences, anything where parents could utilize that they may not have access to otherwise. So the next one that I wanted to review with you all is just simply Google Apps, which you all are probably pretty familiar with. But over here in the upper right hand corner, you'll see kind of a couple 6 boxes or squares, if you will. And this is kind of your control panel for Google Apps, your Google Docs that you prefer. You can customize this layout to things that you use on a day-to-day basis. The one that I kind of wanted to quickly talk about, and something that we've just been using in the class with our discussion groups, is Google Docs. And for Google Docs, it allows you to edit things in real time, which I personally prefer. So for example, if you were to click on a Google Doc, normally if anyone is editing or working on the same Google Doc, you will be able to see it in the upper right hand corner, and their names will be highlighted in various colors. So I believe this Google Doc is actually not being edited. Let me see if I can find one that is. It may be too late to find anyone, but this way you can have conversations back and forth on things that you're discussing or things that you're writing up, whether it be a presentation or a Google Doc. So unfortunately, oh, yep, maybe one. Christina Banner, she's actually editing at the moment. So in our discussion group 1, so you can see that up here in the upper right hand corner. And this is the same feature as pretty much Microsoft Office. There are a few adjustments, and obviously the toolbars quite a bit different. But another software that I like within Google Apps is Google Presentation. So a lot of times people don't have access with MacBooks to Microsoft PowerPoint. So with Google Apps, you have the same similar feature, and it's Google Slides. And so you can go in, you can create custom slides, and I can show you some that I've done in the past. If it'll pull up. So a previous one that I did during my undergraduate, we'll just go with the IKEA one. I'm not sure what some of the others are. Um, but here you can see we just created a basic pretty much presentation. With Google Slides, you have the same, you can have transitions, animations. The one downfall to Google Slides is you cannot add audio like you can in PowerPoint. So if, for instances like things like we're doing now, for teachers more so, you can't add the audio, but you can always add the video. So you can record your own audio and then input it that way if you would like. So just same concept, add slides, you have, same different templates for various slides. And lastly, I will talk about in Google Apps, the Google Calendar is really useful. I use that a lot in my day-to-day job. Google Sheets is a lot like Excel or Access. Obviously, Google Mail is what we use to check our emails and things like that. Google Plus is kind of like a social media. So we use this for my company called VPC Builders that I currently work for, and this is kind of like a LinkedIn profile or a Facebook where you can go and edit information, add information about yourself, work history, credentials, things like that, and then you can invite others to, join your page, like your page if you will, and you can kind of share your content via Google Plus. Really, Google Apps is kind of endless. There's multiple things that you can do. You have Google Hangouts where you can actually get into group chats with others. And really, Google Sites, Google Contacts. I mean, this is kind of the way I feel that things are shifting. People are kind of doing away with the traditional Microsoft Office since they're able to do things with Google Apps. They're able to do things in real time, share that information versus, Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, where you're not, able to share in real time. So that's just a couple of the teaching tech tools / apps that I will be using and I would like to use in my classrooms if given the opportunity, depending on the curriculum, depending on the lesson. But I have many others here that I think would be very beneficial to students. So I hope you enjoy and I hope you guys can benefit from these, and I hope you check out Canva for sure. It's a newer graphic design program, and I think it would be great even for teachers just trying to create promotional material for in-class assignments and things like that, and even for bulletin boards. So keep those in mind and hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.